how's everyone doing tonight? Wow. So that was my boss's hat. I found it, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wear it for a second. You know, he's on vacation, so you know, he's trying to stay away from all the kind of different plagues that are out there right now. So yeah, tonight's gonna be another big night of news. I was about to say this is Monopoly, right? Shauna. Well, that I didn't even think about that till just now. Hello, Facebook user. Hello, Brian. Hello, Robert. So there has been some changes to the show. A lot of different changes. And some of that stuff I forgot to update on my videos, but if you look down below, how am I going to do this? Down below here is the people that are sponsoring this show or made this show what it is today. So now we have joined up with Parafam, and you know, Parafam back then was more just a place to just kind of throw your videos in. It's become more than that now. It's definitely a family-like scene, I guess you would call it. And there's so much stuff going on with it. You know, there's shows, people you can discuss with about equipment and paranormal events and news. We've got a Discord up. We've got people, you know, gaming together within the family. There's just so much stuff going on with it. So make sure you go over to facebook.com/Parafam Entertainment. And they also have a website at www.parafamentertainment.com. If you would like to be a part of a community, you think that's up your alley, definitely go check that out. Also, the Discord link is down at the bottom here. If you know anything about Discord or how to use it, that's the link for it. You can actually put that in your browser, and it will take you to, you know, the Discord page, but it'll let you join up to our server, our personal server for that. So just wanted to throw all that out there before we start. Like usual, firstlineparanormal.com for anything associated with my paranormal team that I run with the lovely Kim, Morgan, and Katie, all those lovely people on our team. Definitely go check our stuff out. We've got another, can't really say what it is yet, but we're probably going to be doing some filming in October. As long as everything goes well, there's no cancellations, we'll be doing some more filming in October. So if you would like to email us at all with that, you can email at firstlineparanormal@gmail.com. Also, there's a new email I've not added yet, but anything to do with this show now goes to Cryptic Trading Post at gmail.com. So definitely use that. Tonight, our co-host. Oh, hey, Leslie. Hello, lovely Morgan, my lovely baby. I still think it's funny you look like you were talking right into a little ghost buttocks. Don't laugh, audience. Gosh. Gonna buy a beanie. Oh, awesome, Dylan. Thank you. And Raymond, what's Cody? I think you meant to put what's up. I don't know what I am, actually. You know, I'm pretty sure I'm not an alien, but, you know. Anyways, let's introduce our one and only co-host tonight. She is the host of Paranormal Hotseat, so hopefully she does not roast me tonight while we're doing the show. Please welcome Donna.
Hi. What's up, everybody?
Yeah, you can have a seat, Donna. It's okay.
No autographs, please. No autographs, please.
Oh.
I see the little ghost butt now. I can see it. Hey, Morgan.
You know, I had this sitting up here. Now I've got a crochet doll of Morgan standing up here with the First Line Paranormal business card in front of her. Someone gave me the idea to put the ghost on my microphone. And I was like, okay, I'll do it for this show or whatever. And I was gonna be like, this is stupid. I'm not gonna leave it there. I'm gonna put it back up somewhere. But ever since I put it there, it's not bothered me at all. It's it's not bothered me as far as moving this and talking and stuff. So I'm like, I'm gonna keep it there. It's part of the set now. So I think PD Boys is the one that gave me that idea. Donna.
Robert, what's up, Robert? He's the one that actually came up with the name Paranormal Hot Seat. I brought up the paranormal, and he came with the hot seat. So
yeah, those boys, I'm telling you what, you can give them one word and they'll run with it and create something out of it. So that's their talent, I think. But either way, someone's got to make the show what it is, and that's you, Donna, and Stacy. So it's still a brand new show. I feel like mine's still a brand new show. This is episode 12, and but it's great. I love it.
Yeah,
I love all the new stuff.
One of the guys at work was like, "Have you done another one?" I was like, "Dude, I'm on every week." He was like, "Oh, I didn't realize that."
If you could please tell our audience, who you're about and pretty much what you do currently.
Okay.
In the paranormal field.
I am the team manager for the Arizona division of McInville Paranormal. I'm still pretty new at this. I joined up with them back in, I think it was January or February, when it was still global, and then of course they changed over. So I used to go on ghost hunts. Well, not the ghost hunts, but the ghost tours. And so I've been kind of interested in it for a while, and never thought I would end up on a team, let alone the team manager. So yeah, that's not much to it. That's pretty much about it.
Awesome. Especially with like teams like that where you've got more than, 5-6 people. I mean, that's definitely a title to have for sure.
The Phoenix team, I think we have 12, 15, something like that. And we just started a new team in Tucson. So there's I'm not sure offhand how many is in there, probably about 5 right now. And we're still recruiting. We're hoping to get a team up north near Flagstaff in Prescott, which is like 2 hours from here. So that's what our goal is next, to go up north and just keep expanding from there.
Awesome. Well, sorry, I'm drinking Rockstar Punch. I just scarfed down a bunch of fries in front of Donna, in the backstage. So, you never know what you're going to see on this show.
I usually have a glass of wine when I'm on Sundays.
So let's go ahead and jump into the news, shall we?
We shall.
All right. So we've got all kinds of different articles today. Some are happy, some might be sad. Who knows? I like to go through and just throw stuff in. I might read some of them, but some of them I like to read while I'm up here, doing the show, because it's more of a surprise for me as it is for y'all at the same time. So our first article tonight is Psychic Helps Locate Lost Dog in Colorado. So, we've been hearing a lot of stories about fake psychics and stuff like that up on TikTok and taking everybody's money. Well, this ended up being a nice, happy story about a psychic.
Nice.
So it's good to hear. A dog owner in Colorado says that a psychic provided a critical clue which helped locate her lost pit bull that had gone missing for 11 days. And the remarkable case reportedly began earlier this month as Mary Weir, I think that's how you say it, was settling into her new home in the community of Blue River, while ironically interviewing a pet sitter for her prized pooches. 2 of her pit bulls darted out of her house and disappeared into the nearby woods. saying here she wasn't worried about it, and they usually come back home anyway, so she was not worried about it. Maybe she thought they weren't going to go too far, you know. However, both of them went missing. She was able to find one a couple days later, and then one remained at large. So we got Ginger and Rosie. Rosie remained at large. Looks like she spent days hanging out flyers. You know, just like the typical stuff you do for when a dog
Usually
goes missing.
You hear about dogs coming back on their own.
Yeah. Then again, it's a new area maybe for them. So
I've never heard of a psychic locating a dog before.
This says, you know, the dog was missing for so long. She basically said it ultimately led her to enlist a self-described animal intuitive who claimed that she could telepathically connect with the missing pit bull. And she said, I know it sounds nutty, but within the hour of contacting her, she sent her an address with an instruction that said, this house has something to do with Rosie. Amazingly, when she went to the location, she met the homeowner named Keith, who said that he actually seen the posters and had looked for her dog. And perhaps sensing that the psychic was onto something, the duo ventured into the nearby White River National Forest, which is adjacent to the Keith's property, and they managed to locate the dog within 10 minutes.
Wow.
And it was Rosie was in a weakened state after surviving in the wild for 11 days. She was brought back home, resting comfortably and recovering from the misadventure. Now, unless you went and paid off Keith and said, hey, tell this woman, let's go out and look for this dog when she gets here. I mean, I don't know.
Telepathically communicate with the dog. That's the first.
I could see, like, because I've seen cases like this when I was working on the road where a dog would go missing. Someone would take the dog in. The posters and the pictures would go out on Facebook. Someone would see it, and they'd be like, hey, my neighbor has that dog. I saw that dog this morning. They were walking it or whatever. And then they go and try to get it. And there might be a conflict because they're like, oh, I found this dog. It's mine now. You know, stuff like that. But this is like, she goes there and the guy's like, you know, I've tried to look for your dog. I just haven't seen it. And then they're like, well, let's just go look around I guess this is how they said it was. Let's go look around the property because I'm telling you, this woman told me that my dog, I think, is somewhere in this area. And then they find it.
Wow.
So it's crazy.
Yeah, big coincidence. Mine got out somehow. I was at work and she got out. My daughter didn't know where she was, so I walk up. I get out my car and I'm like, this lady has a dog like Bella. I get out, I walk closer. I was like, wait a minute, that is Bella. I walked up to her, I was like, that's my dog. And she was like, oh, thank God, I've been looking all over the place with somebody who owns her. I was like, oh, wow. So she had it like all day.
Oh.
It's like, well, I appreciate you taking care of it. Thank you.
Yeah, and that's always good when the outcomes like that. I've seen stuff where people go out and they're like, well, I'm not giving this dog up. It's my dog now. And I'm like, what the world? So if you are a dog owner and you love your dog, make sure you take pictures of your dog. Make sure you're taking pictures with your dog, because that is like the number one thing for law enforcement as we're looking at the case is like, okay, this is definitely their dog. They've took pictures with this dog for months on end now. So that's a good way to say, lady, this ain't your dog.
Yeah. And if it's microchip, make sure you keep your information up to date, because mine is microchip. But when they tried to call me, my stupid phone, I did the AT&T spam blocker thing, and it blocks out like every call now. So I didn't know that they had called and left a message.
Yeah, I don't know if a lot of people knew that's a good tip. I mean, yeah, because then if they say no, I'm not going to, well, then you can go and put charges out for larceny. So let's see if they want to go any further with that. But yeah, it's a good story. Yeah, I figure we start out with a good story.
Ending. Yeah, happy ending.
Oh boy, here we
I've
go
heard
again.
about this story. Yeah.
Bigfoot spotted by 3 witnesses in South Carolina? Question mark. A few different states this year have said they've seen it. This one doesn't have any pictures or video.
Hmm.
Do you remember anything about the story?
Not a whole lot. That it was just that it was reported. I think I kind of maybe saw a photo, but even this one on the story it looks photoshopped, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, this is just
yeah,
a placeholder picture
yeah,
that they use. Um,
yeah. I don't think I
I'll
really listened to the story very much, but I just saw the headline. It was like, oh, somebody spotted people. Okay.
we'll let's see. There's the remarkable multiple witness case reportedly occurred earlier this month as Bob Freddy was leaving Hunting Island State Park along with his brother and sister. As they turned a corner, he recounted to the Bigfoot Field Research Organization, "We all spotted a creature walking quickly on the left side of the road, approximately 15 to 20 feet in front of our car. No sooner had they noticed the mysterious beast, they suspected that it was Bigfoot, and it disappeared into the thick forest nearby."
I'm trying to remember what this show I was watching last night. They were talking about Bigfoot and how they're very territorial and they actually attack people and have you know dismember them and pull off arms and all kinds of stuff. I'm like, okay, and 8 feet tall, and I cannot remember for the life of me what was that show I was watching. Oh well, it'll come to me later, probably brain fart. Oh, I'm getting old.
um,
After 30, your check engine light comes on, everything starts falling apart.
I just turned 30 last month, so
yeah,
Lordy,
this way.
now you get me worried. They said they all saw the figure. They stopped the car, was like looking at each other like, did we really just see this? The witnesses were only able to glimpse the lower half of the animal as its upper torso and head were concealed behind a pine tree and a palmetto stump. It was bipedal, approximately 5 to 6 feet tall, and sporting dark brown, splotchy black hair that was approximately 2 inches long.
It was how tall?
5 to 6 feet tall.
5 to 6 feet. Huh. Yeah, usually you hear about it taller than that.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised that they're like, oh, that hair was like approximately 2 inches long. I don't know if you'd be able to see that. And then again, they said 15, 20 feet from the car. So,
well, yeah, that's
that's probably, they probably got a good look at it. So, I always tell people this: if you're in South Carolina, might be time to start going looking for a little bit. That's a baby Bigfoot.
I was up and thinking it reminds me of Planet of the Apes.
this thing?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think we've got a few stories like that tonight, so. Aha. Odd flying saucer photographed in Mexico. I know this one was popping up everywhere. So
I didn't hear about this one.
Yeah, this one's popping up everywhere. A rather fantastic set of photos circulating online appear to show a classic flying saucer hovering in the sky over a road in Mexico. The intriguing images, which can be seen below, were posted to Twitter last month with a brief description of the circumstances surrounding the strange sighting. According to the account, the pictures were taken on August 17th by an individual named Juanito Juan.
Okay.
He sounds interesting.
Yeah.
In a rural area of the Mexican state of Tamaulipas.
Yeah.
I would never get any of these pronunciations right, but originally intending to take some photos of the storm clouds, the witness was bewildered by the sight of a strange object in the sky and quickly snapped a series of photos. Juan's images appear to show a metallic disc hovering in the sky, and in each successive picture, the object seems to be gaining in altitude. As one might imagine, the unique shape of the anomaly has drawn comparisons to the classic flying saucer shape of UFO yesteryear.
Hmm.
Now, before I like to look at it before I read like skeptical comments. So let's go down. I
No, I can't read
honestly
that.
don't know what that says, but it definitely gives me validity that, you know, this was in Mexico though. Let's take a look here. Let me see if I can do some engineering here. Okay.
So there's stuff always being spotted in the skies in Arizona. And it's not just one person that sees this stuff. I mean, it'd be like several people calling on, hey, there's something flying around that's unidentified.
Is there a... Okay, that's not a spot on my screen. I was like, what is that? Enhance. No more. Enhance more. Okay. No. Enhance some more. There we go. We'll get really deep into the pictures here and start looking. Well, you know. Yeah. As to why someone would take pictures of a day like this, I would have a lot of pictures of my phone if I did that here. It has been raining constantly.
Wow.
So, but this is interesting. It doesn't look like a drone to me.
Yeah, it's very clear, very distinct. With me, I mean, I truly believe in UFOs, but it's with me, I don't really always believe digital photos because they can be manipulated.
Yeah.
This one's not bad. It doesn't look like it's been photoshopped or anything. If it has been, they're really good at it.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder too, like there's always engineers and stuff out there. Like, what have people learned to create that could mimic this? You know, if it's someone that's actually created it. But I've also been reading stuff about the government saying these UFOs that are here are not man-made. Now they're saying they're not man-made and that they are possibly a threat.
Yeah.
So
well, I didn't hear the threat part, but I did hear that they were actually opening up about UFOs now.
Yeah, which is kind of like, I've got theories on all that, but
yeah.
You know, it's just there's so many different directions this stuff is going. I mean, yeah, it's changing.
Yeah, I've sat up and taken pictures of storm clouds because it just looks so cool. So I'm out there with my digital camera snapping photos. This was when I actually had a camera, not a cell phone. So you never know what you catch. You just randomly take them. But that actually, yeah, like I said, it looked like it's about to go up from there.
So yeah. So you
did that say Mexico or New Mexico?
Mexico.
Okay.
So what do you think? What do you think it is?
I'm not sure. Like I said, it doesn't look like a drone, and I can't think of anything else that would have that kind of shape. So it's possible. There was earlier this summer, there was somebody in Tempe, which not far from here. Tempe is probably 15 minutes from my house, where they actually photographed something that came out of the clouds that didn't look very far off from this. And lady was like, you can hear her going, "What the hell is that?" And I'm looking at it like, yeah, what the hell is that? So you never know. Like I said, I believe in them. You can't just believe that we're the only planet that has life on it. They're out there. Now,
it's always interesting. It's always interesting what the different views, because like with me, I'm like, I try to where I sit, I'm like, I don't think there is. But do I think there's stuff flying around like this? I think so. Whether that be man-made or not, or if it's government fueled. But because there's just so many, like, people are spotting them so many times, and we're getting all this video and photos now. I mean, there's got to be something. There's something, but it's always interesting to hear the different views.
Everybody has a phone nowadays, so everybody's taking. You know, there's always pictures and videos that people are taking. So it's you're seeing more now than we used to see.
And plus, with the whole TikTok thing, now we're like, okay, what's fake and what's not?
Right. So, I don't even do TikTok. It's just doing too much.
Skeptical observers have suggested that the oddity could simply be a prosaic object that was thrown into the air and photographed by a clever prankster, or failing that, a computer fabrication. So they're saying that they threw something up in the air, and with the distance from the camera to the object and then the sky in the background, it kind of looks like it's flying in the sky. Mm-hmm. Or it's photoshopped.
So even if somebody threw something in the air, it'll be at an angle. You don't think it'll be just flat like that unless it's a frisbee. And
I don't think so either, because they would have had to have been like standing right here, right? And they would have had to stood still and like carefully thrown it up to where it would be stay flat, but then they'd have to run out of frame.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty much.
I don't know. I can believe the computer fabrication part a little bit more, just because that would be pretty easy to put in. It, it's literally half of it's a black object, and then on top you've got tints of blue and then a reflection. And they place a reflection on top for the sun, for a little bit of the sun that's coming through.
Yeah,
but then I'm also like, what is this black dot? It's in every picture. So
you're right, because I looked at it until you said that I thought it was on my screen too.
It's like on every picture, like right there. There's a kind of a preview of it too, but I don't know. It's hard to say sometimes. Because some people they'll be posting stuff like this out of the blue to get the views on it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Where did this originally post? Was it on TikTok?
Twitter.
Okay.
It come through Twitter. So, another interesting one.
Things to make you go, Ooh.
Yeah, haunted hotel for sale in Wisconsin. Anybody out there in Parafam wants to buy it? If you've ever wanted to be a proprietor of a haunted hotel, you are in luck, as just such an establishment has gone on the market in Wisconsin, located in the small town of Humbird, and reportedly built over 150 years ago. The Humbird Hotel Bar and Grill features 6 guest rooms, a tavern, and, if the accounts of visitors to the property are true, all manner of spooky spirits. People have experienced supernatural things in there. That's not even like a hotel. That's like a what you call it?
A bed and breakfast or something.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like 6 guest room and like a place for people to hang out.
Yeah. Can you actually call that a hotel?
That's pretty cool. That'd be a cool place to try to grab.
Oh yeah.
And then run it. That'd be cool. The podcast I listen to says he's been in contact with someone named Skyfall, who says there will be a fake alien invasion by the government at some point, and that's why the government has been more open about UFOs. That's interesting. That's an interesting theory for the bottom half. Now the Skyfall thing, I'm pretty sure isn't that like the computer AI that they've been working on?
I don't know. I've never. The first thing I think about is the Terminator.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. The one on Terminator is called Skynet, but there's actually computer AI that Google has made. I think it's either Google or Tesla. It's one of them. They made one, and it's under the program of Skyfall.
Oh wow.
You can't make this stuff up. I mean, there's too many weird connections with that. But we've talked about some of that on these previous episodes, because there's always something coming out with the robots here lately.
Yeah.
I think there was actually some articles that I pulled up here recently, but I was like, it's more just like them doing some more tests and stuff. But Julie Bonub, people, you got to get some easier names for me to read. Who noted the paranormal activity in her listing for the property, though conceded that I'm not sure if it's a positive or negative energy.
I said negative or positive for prospective buyers.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody.
Okay, yes. Yeah, not energy, but whether that's a positive or a negative for people that want to buy it. Okay.
Yeah. That was cool. When I was in New Orleans, my best friend and I went down there about 5 years ago. They actually have in the real estate and the rentals, the rentals section, they actually post signs that say whether a house is haunted or not haunted when they have the for rent sign out there. It's like, well, that's cool. At least you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
And of course, there's specific stories out there.
Multiple investigations have been conducted there by the organization Supernatural Investigators of Minnesota. During one of their visits this past June, the group captured photos of an eerie black shadow that seemingly materialized in a hallway, and their prior investigations produced a handful of undeniably spooky EVPs. Ooh, I think we actually have stuff we can look at here.
Oh, cool.
Ooh. Oh, I want to open up our Parafam chat now. Huh.
There's something on the left there, yeah. I wonder if they saw it at the time they snapped the picture, or did it just come up?
Yeah, I wonder if they talk about that more. I wonder if that's a before and after. And you could probably recreate that, someone blocking a lot, but
well, from personal experience,
they've got a mounted light on whatever camera they're using. It looks like.
Yeah, so it's possibly could be, like I said, a shadow because they're reflecting the light. But from personal experience, I was in New Orleans. We're in this old haunted brothel, and the guy said, take photos of doorways because sometimes things manifest in doorways. And I wish I had them where I could show you. I'll have to send them to you in chat later on or something. So I started taking photos. The first one was clear. Didn't see anything at the time. Each time the shadow came through, it got darker, 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 then it was gone. And I didn't see it at the time. And I was looking through my photos in the camera, and one guy was like, that's your camera strap. I'm like, my camera strap's around my neck, dude.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Especially if you take photos the same way in the same setup every time, you get like accustomed to that and you're good at it. And, then you get something to come up and you're like, well, I've done everything the same way I've always been doing it.
Yep.
That's really interesting, that you go and look at that and you're like, there ain't no way that's what caused it.
Yeah, and I didn't move, so the photos was of the same doorway. I just kept snapping photos.
Super still, yeah. That's the best way to do it. Yeah, I'll definitely take a look at that. Someone that goes by the name supposedly working in the government has made predictions to the government that has come true. It's the podcast I told you about. Okay, yeah. That's good. That's a good podcast too. Jonathan says those photos are fake. Up and down. Well, let's see. Beyond the ghost hunters material are a myriad of accounts from people who have stayed at the hotel and reported seeing spirits, as well experiencing the unsettling sensation of being watched by some kind of presence in the room. I'm going to pause this music. They've got some spooky EVPs. I want to take a look at that. Oh, it'd probably help if I had this unmuted, right?
So when I was sleeping, somebody touched me. And is there someone here? Did you touch me?
Wow.
That sounds like, obviously he went through and got to that part and enhanced it because you
Yeah.
can tell the. Obviously, oh my gosh, the live show. That was Inception right there.
Is there someone here? Did you touch me?
Ooh. They got to be careful with this because they edit it to a point that I can actually tell, because when I edit stuff in my program, my microphone is bad to catch, because in my microphone in Audacity is not filtered whatsoever. So it's really bad to catch me clicking my mic and touching the keyboard and all that. So you can actually hear where he like either clicked record or something and did the editing for this.
Did you touch me?
Right there.
Yep. So I don't know, but you can tell that there's something there, and sounds like it says, "I'm sorry."
I need to learn Audacity. I need to learn that program.
But yeah, I'd be careful with that, because I don't know what that was there with the whole clicking. So I know a lot of people are going to say that's fake because they edited it or something.
Yeah.
But sometimes you need those programs because you might get something and hear something that is very hard to understand. It's very faint, and you could actually go in and bump the, like, I call it enhancing, but you can up the amps on it. You can send a little bit more bass and treble through it and actually be able to decipher what it's saying. We've done it before with the old Wilkes Jail episode. Me and Rob actually went through it and would listen to stuff, and we'd both say, "Oh, this is what it's saying," after we enhanced the audio. So
yeah, that's what I like about the digital. I have one of the live listening digital recorders, and you can turn the volume. I put my headphones on, turn the volume up. I've caught some good EVPs. The one is, you can clearly hear a male voice going, "You're amazing," and I go, "What was that?" And he goes, "Yeah."
that's awesome.
Like, okay.
Yeah, and I've just started getting into that, to where we got a newer recorder, and you can plug up headphones to it and listen in live.
Yeah.
And you can hear everything through that thing.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited to start doing that a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah. I had the Ghost radio attached. I had that in the external speaker, so it came through pretty good, so I was able to catch it.
Mm-hmm. I'm just telling this was built in 1869. It may have once served as a brothel due to its isolated location in a remote part of the state. The current asking price for the property is $279,900. That includes everything.
Wow.
Even the liquor license.
I was just about to say that. Even the liquor license? Wow.
Dang. Hey, Bear fam. Let's move out to Wisconsin. Have you seen these people do like the streamer houses? Oh my gosh. It's like just a bunch of gamers, and they'll go and like put in for a house together, and they'll live at the house and make their content while they're living at the house. Wow. We could do Parafam style streamer house at this place. We'll buy it out.
No, that's Green Bay Packer territory. I can't go to Wisconsin.
Yeah. Kind of far for me too. I think that's hilarious though.
I left the Midwest. But that'd be funny though.
The figure, let's go back to it.
Look like something a 5-year-old could do.
Yeah, the figure was just so thick and black. Looked like something my 5-year-old could do in 5 minutes. Most shadow figures I've seen is usually lighter and more distant, not right up on the camera. I'm always weary about it anyways, because someone could have just been, throwing a hand up where their light is, and the light is behind the camera. So,
yeah.
it's just hard for me to believe unless you're taking pictures and then someone else behind you is taking pictures without a light source, without flash or anything, just to show that, or video, just to show that you did not interfere with that. That would be a plus.
Mm-hmm. I am going to.
It was like you turned the mic to the girl to talk. Yeah, you never know. The 2 clicks could have been him moving the recorder too. So I ain't moving to Wisconsin. It gets cold in the winter.
Oh hell yeah! That's why I left the Midwest.
Woo.
I left there almost 5 years ago.
Just think, y'all, we'll be living together. We'll be drinking liquor together, and we can investigate anytime we want to.
That would actually be fun.
Mackinville Paranormal. It's Stacy.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, Stacy. That's all right. I'll call you back in a little bit. She just tried to call me.
Oh, all right. So
I'm digging through my photos. I'm gonna send you a couple of them.
If anybody wants to buy that,
$279,000.
Yeah. So
Price to sell.
This story is not anything paranormal related, but I just thought it was interesting. Another happy ending story. Fisherman survives 11 days at sea in a freezer. Ooh.
Wow.
A little bit of a tongue twister there, but yeah. So apparently this guy, I actually read this article. Apparently this guy, he was out boating, and his boat took on some water, and the only thing he had time to do was jump in this freezer that was part of his boat, and he sailed for sea. 11 days, no food, no water.
Wow. I didn't think
a freezer
would float.
Yeah.
Wow.
He survived it.
When I first saw it, I thought it said that he was frozen. I was going to say Captain America. That's awesome.
Where was this at again? He had traveled 280 miles from where his boat went down. He said, "This fridge for me was God, a miracle." And I'm trying to I don't know where this is at.
Wilson. I'm sorry.
For real.
Wilson.
Actually, now that you say that.
Well done!
I've actually got that. Surprisingly enough, out of the 20 that I have. Northern Brazil.
Wow.
Mm.
Good for him that somebody found him. Can you imagine being lost at sea for days?
Wait, what?
That's crazy.
What? Hold on a second. We might have just. Okay. Let me make sure I read this right. The 44-year-old set out in northern Brazil for a few days fishing, but only returned home 4 weeks later. Not only did the fisherman face a grueling 11 days at sea, but he was then reportedly thrown in prison for 16 more on reaching land.
What?
What? Is that like what is that word? Is that like a meaning for something else?
Oh no.
I don't know if that's a typo or what.
Wow. Scroll back up a little bit. He goes, "I was born again," he told the local news.
What?
Wow. So maybe he has some warrants on him.
I don't know. That's weird. Oh, I don't know if that's a typo or what.
That's kind of fucked up.
Let's make sure you're getting healthy. Now you're going 16 days in prison. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the outline, man. I'm telling you right now, I don't know if I can really trust that photo, to be honest. I'll borrow the money from Donna and Cody and buy it. Or maybe he's saying he'll borrow the money from you and buy it, and he's just telling me you're gonna buy it. Well said. I don't have the sound up anymore. Well,
I'm sorry, Wilson.
Looks like he at least had a toilet seat. Damn. Yeah, that makes me wonder too how that was done without flipping over.
Yeah. As I said, I didn't think freezers could float, but you know.
But then again, you might not even have any to like extract when you're going without food and water for 11 days. I don't mind. Doom.
A cluster of UFOs.
Multiple witnesses filmed puzzling cluster of UFOs over Texas. People in Texas were left mystified after spotting a puzzling cluster of lights hovering in the night sky last week. This was posted September 6th. Curious case occurred on Thursday evening in the city of Round Rock when several residents noticed the eerie formation overhead. It was mesmerizing, honestly. Fortunately, both witnesses were able to film the strange scene from their respective vantage points, and they each captured footage of what appears to have been a set of 5 lights hovering silently in the sky. It didn't make any noise at all, which I just thought was really odd. It was like an alien invasion or something on the way, is what they said. An area drone expert enlisted by a local TV station argued that UAVs were likely responsible for the curious cluster. This may be someone testing their do-it-yourself drone swarm. There was a pilot that spotted UFOs and filmed it in LA while flying. I might have that story. I'm not sure if that's the same story or not, but I might have it up recently? Right
now. Was that one recently?
Both pilot? Of them? Yeah. Oh, I think it's, because I've got it up here, I think. So she said, oh my God. I'm turning the sound back on.
Oh my God. Mysterious lights were spotted Thursday night over Brushy Creek and Cat Hollow.
Definitely isn't a plane.
This video was sent to Fox 7 by Gus McGibbon. He was out walking with his friend Kyle Gomez near Cat Hollow.
In real life, when you see it, it's like a lot brighter than it actually is.
There's something right there. It's mesmerizing, honestly. It was so silent. Because if it was one light, then I would have maybe thought, oh, a helicopter, a plane, something like that. But like, there was so many of them together.
Emily White says she and a friend were near.
Damn, that sounds like one of our friendly people from over the UK.
Brushy Creek at the time.
Over here in Texas.
Did you think that you were having a close encounter?
I'll be honest. Kind of. I don't know if I believe in all that, but I don't know. Maybe I hear a lot of it in like America that kind of things happens. I think it's just because of like, it didn't make any noise at all, which I just thought was really odd. But yeah, I definitely felt like there might have been an alien invasion or something on the way. But yeah.
I can't tell what it is, but
it's supposed to be in Texas.
I never believed
in America. So how does that work?
She might have been like visiting or something.
Okay.
I don't know what. Yeah, that's like a soccer team or maybe school or something from over there.
Definitely felt like there might have been an alien invasion or something on the way, but yeah.
I can't tell what it is, but it's.
I never believed,
because I think what it is they're taking. I think these are different people, different places within Texas that are taking video of it, and now they're going to interview them.
Okay.
in UFOs or anything like that, but like, I mean, I might now. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I would have to say there's nothing extraterrestrial involved with this, but I am not to say that couldn't be a possibility.
Drone expert Gene Robinson reviewed the video sent to Fox 7.
My initial take on this is that it is very likely a drone-based phenomenon.
What on earth?
At one point, the lights zoomed off.
Oh, what did I just freaking see, dude? What was that?
By the time you realize, like,
I'm sorry, but that is not 5 drones together.
No.
5 different flyers and able to do that. There's no way.
what you're actually like looking at, it's not even there.
They are so fixed and tight. Some people assume that that's a laser. Could a laser do that? But it doesn't seem like that there's anything that the lasers are reflecting off of.
That's pretty unlikely. So I'm still thinking that this may be someone testing their do-it-yourself drone swarm.
A drone swarm is essentially a big.
Well, hold on. This might. Now, if it is one controller here, it could be. But let's see what this guy says.
Light show. They started popping up about 2 years ago. Drone swarms can fill the sky like these that flew over Shanghai in 2020. Galveston had one for a 4th of July event. In March at South by Southwest,
That's
a drone
flyers.
swarm also generated a lot of buzz.
Pretty much expect this to be the future of night light shows, is these drones are going to be swarmed in, as we've seen, 100, 200, 300 drones.
I don't know what it really was. I know. It could have been drones. It could have been anything.
It was mesmerizing, honestly. It was so silent.
Well, it was certainly a light show last night. Now, the FAA requires a waiver to fly at night, especially in a swarm situation configuration. Officials with the agency, I contacted them. They are checking for me if anyone had filed for a waiver last night and if a waiver was even granted. Round Rock Police, I contacted them. I asked them if they got any calls, and they said, no, they didn't get any calls to dispatch in regards to the lights last night. Now back to you, the studio.
Nah, because more than likely, if they got a call, it's going to be something to do with air control, and they're going to say, hey, there's people down at so-and-so area, and they're pointing lasers up at the aircraft. But, you know, I mean...
Well, like Jonathan said, drones don't take off that fast either.
I am not to say...
You know, when I saw that, I was like, whoa, that changes everything.
Yeah.
Then he said, okay, it's a swarm. You know, I was thinking, okay, it could be... However, it's multiple flyers. Well, it'd have to be one because the way it moved off so fast, all of them together, I was like, there ain't no way that could happen unless it was one flyer. And it was like drones hooked together or something. But
I've flown drones, and my brother has a pretty decent drone. I haven't seen them take off that fast. And then because they're all first they're just there. They're not moving. And then
gone. That's what like blew my mind right there. I was like, what the world? Because it could be drone. Like at this right here, yeah, it could be drones. It could be just 5 drones up in there, and you know, everybody's just flying, chilling, checking it out. But not this. Oh Lord.
But what gets me is it's almost like when it takes off, there's an illumination around it. See? Well, I don't know if it's just a shadow from the lights or...
It does. I mean, naturally, it looks like there is like that bloom light that comes off of the green lights naturally. Yeah. And that it's up in the clouds and stuff. God, even like slowed down super slow.
Yeah, it's still taking off pretty quick.
Shoot. I'm with Jonathan on this. That ain't drones.
Yeah.
Not when it does that. Because drone shows, you've probably seen a drone show before. I mean, they're very... calculated, they're very articulated with their movement. You know, it's a bunch of people flying at once. I can barely fly our drone just for video footage for our episodes, so I can't even imagine how you can learn a drone that much to be able to do it in a show like that.
Oh, I know. There's a guy that was on AGT that did a drone show, and it was actually pretty amazing, but I still don't think it'll be like that. What's the bottom of the screen as they fly out? What's at the bottom of the screen?
You know what's weird? Now I just noticed this. I don't know if it's the camera. I don't know if it's just the way they have the camera positioned and how they're moving stuff. It looks like the trees are really sitting still, but the clouds are moving a lot when they first showed this clip.
Oh yeah.
which is weird. What's at the bottom of the screen? Oh, that little, I don't know. It looks like a bug or something that comes by.
Oh,
Right
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a bug or something flying by the bottom of the screen. Yeah. So, yeah.
Maybe.
There's that.
Yeah.
There's that. Crazy. Footage from fifth Nessie sighting of 2022 released.
Now, this is what's one that I'm really skeptical about.
Yeah, and you know, I think this is probably the same guy or the same location where they think this thing is living at right now. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. They see this big kind of trail of water, and
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about all that. He's already saying that's the fifth one. Yeah. We talked about that maybe 4 or 5 episodes back. And it's pretty much just the same kind of footage.
Yeah, and you know, depending on the area, there's some big ass fishes in the water. Don't necessarily have to be a sea creature. Some of them look like sea creatures.
You know, but it really fascinates me at the same time because, like, there could very well be something like that there. And the reason I say that is because I feel like there's a whole lot of the sea
It's unexplored. Yep.
It's not explored, and I don't know if we'll ever be able to explore it. I mean, but
have you ever seen one of those? What's it called? It's a fish, but it looks like a big ass eel. Have you ever seen one of those? I can't remember what they call them. Now that looks like a sea creature. I mean, yeah, a sea monster. I can't think of what it is. I'll tell you, the check engine light came on a few years back.
What's it called?
I don't remember. But it's really, I mean, they're like really, really long. They look like a big eel, but it's not an eel though.
It's not the Loch Ness.
No.
Loch Ness monster.
Nah, I don't believe in the Loch Ness monster.
Big eel.
I can't remember what it was.
Driftwood can look like that in the water. I don't know. So much weird stuff in the water nowadays. So, heck, it seems like every time we do the show now, there's always one thing they find like that's sea related, and it's some kind of creature that they just found, or it's not really well known, and we'll talk about it. I think last time it was some kind of crab we found.
And I put eel like fish in Google, and of course I get all kind of stuff. So. Excuse me.
So, here's something else that's going around quite a bit. Eerie vampire grave found in Poland.
Interesting.
This one's very interesting because archaeologists in Poland discovered a rather peculiar grave which contained the remains of a woman who was buried with a sickle propped across her neck, presumably to prevent her from rising from the dead. The unsettling find was reportedly made by researchers from the Nicholas Copernicus, oh my gosh, no, that's not how you say that, University in Torun, as they were excavating a 17th century cemetery in the nearby village of Fien, however you say it. In addition to the blade positioned across the woman's neck, those who buried her must have been particularly fearful of seeing her again in an undead form, as she was also buried with a padlock attached to her toe.
What the hell? What does that symbolize?
No telling.
A padlock to her toe. Okay.
Professor Polinsky, who led the research team which found the vampire, explained that the sickle was not laid flat, but placed on the neck in such a way that if the deceased had tried to get up, most likely the head would have been cut off or injured. While it is uncertain what exactly would have caused her contemporaries to suspect that she could come back from the dead, another intriguing detail of the woman's remains is that she was buried with a silk cap atop her head. Archaeologists say that this suggests that she was of a high social status at the time of her passing, making her unusual grave all more mysterious.
Wow, interesting.
Oh my gosh, Jonathan.
Someone had a foot fetish.
Damn.
That's a serious foot fetish.
Back in those days, they had all kinds of burial
Yeah, that's what
rituals.
I was going to say, Jonathan. There's no telling what you'll find.
Do you know do you know if there's different rituals and what they entail, Donna?
I
mean, have you heard of any weird ones?
Well, no.
At least weird for us.
With like the voodoo stuff, the chicken feet and
chicken feet.
I don't know. No, I'm just.
I'm interested.
No, the voodoo, when they practice a voodoo and they throwing bones and just sacrificing chickens and all kinds of stuff.
Oh,
okay.
I
really never got into that stuff. I was too scared.
Well, here's a video of this.
Newspaper agencies across Northern Europe are beginning to report that the remains of a 17th century vampire buried with what appears to be ritualistic rites performed in a way which was believed to prevent the deceased from revenants in the form of a vampire, or to prevent an actual vampire from revenants, this being the characterization of one whom could return from the dead. Wait till you hear this. Archaeologists in Poland report that along with the sickle around the neck, the female vampire, as she has been labeled, also had her toe padlocked to ensure she couldn't rise from the dead. Experts believe the presence of a silk cap
makes me wonder if like they had it padlocked, but it was to like a cinder block or something underground.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah,
that's the only way that would work.
Getting up, yeah.
Right.
On her head means the lady had a high social status at the time of her death. But it seems society totally turned against her. The sickle was not laid flat, but placed on the neck in such a way that if the deceased had tried to get up, most likely the head would have been cut off. This is consistent with vampire burial traditions.
That's the first I heard that. Usually you hear stories of vampires, the stake in the heart and all of that mess, but
yeah.
I've never heard of that. But like you never know what happened back then. They had a bunch of a lot of stuff I get from from movies, but that's a totally different story. But you never know.
Yeah, well, in movies is interesting too, because like they're not always 100% like, oh, this happens, but movies are really good at like they will take something that was real or happened and then they'll construe it into something they want.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
even though it's like, okay, this shit wouldn't happen, maybe an aspect or two of it is something that actually happened back then,
Yeah.
So
they never know, because look how they mummified people, No, don't know.
Christians bury the dead facing east.
Really?
I mean, I get that like there's I don't know if we would call them rituals. Maybe that's the word for it, but I get there's certain things that everyone does. What I meant was like, is there anything that's weird for us that we don't do here in the States, that they do maybe over there or something, just stuff like the chicken feet. I was like, huh? Like, what?
I want to be buried upside down so everybody can kiss my ass.
Oh my God. I've heard that one, but every time it gets me. It gets me every time. Oh, Lord. Help us. So I will, you can tell I watch Donut Operator. I forgot to say this at the beginning of the stream, but condolences to the UK right now.
Yeah.
I know they're going through the death of Queen Elizabeth II over there. So just in case we have any UK, viewers watching right now, you are not forgotten.
Yeah. Even though she was 96, even though she was 96, but still, when there's a death of a loved one, it's still a shock.
Back in the day, they would carry a body out head last so the person who died wouldn't remember how to get back home.
Okay. That's a first.
See, yeah, I've never heard of these. Oh, Lord. Well,
I wonder if they're more superstitious than they are actually rituals.
because that one kind of sounds more on that side of it. Welcome to Cryptic Trading Post. You darn right. Oh, on that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break. So,
don't go anywhere. Bye.
Military working pig, come on out! Military working pig, come on, you will get extorted. Get him, go, get him, stick him, get him.
I'm looking like, what the hell? You'll get snorted.
You'll get snorted. Somebody, the buddies I work with at work, they send me stuff like that all the time. So I was like, that's funny. I'm gonna put that on there. Oh Lord. So I did want to throw something out. With those, there was a lot of commercials in there, and you could see there was a lot of Parafam Entertainment logos, and also Parafam Studios, which is kind of like a subdivision of Parafam Entertainment. But I'm a part of it. Donna's a part of it. So definitely go check it out. Like, again, it's like I said at the beginning of the show, it's, everyone's kind of got their own creativeness to it. But at the end of the day, we come in together as a family. We're talking about the paranormal, or we're discussing it. We talk like, let me give you an example. This evening, we've all been talking about Halloween decorations and what's in the stores right now. So, it's not always, we're not always talking about paranormal, but at the end of the day, we're like a huge family. So definitely go check out the pages, go see what we're about. If you're interested about it, definitely give it a look over, and you might want to join as well. A lot of these commercials are made by our Parafam Studio team. I guess they want to call me a manager of it. But if you want a commercial, if you're a part of our family and stuff, and you want a commercial, you're going to get that commercial for free.
Oh yeah.
And if you don't want to be a part of a huge community, and have to undertake all that, and maybe you want to kind of stay to yourself, you can always order a commercial too. And I don't know if anyone's went and looked at the prices for this stuff now. It's really not bad at all. It's affordable. And so it's a good place, instead of going off to like Fiverr or Etsy or something, you can go to Parafam Studios, get you a really good, and if it's paranormal related, I think they said they want to make some stuff that's not paranormal related as well. But if you're definitely doing what we're into, and you want something very paranormal-esque with that kind of flair and style, that's the place to go to get it. So,
and the banners too, not just the videos. The banners,
yeah, videos, images, everything. So, definitely go check it out.
We at Parafam, we leave the drama out the door. We don't have drama in our group.
Yep, that's the biggest thing of our community. And, I've noticed a lot of people start trickling over here due to drama everywhere else. So it's good to get those people in. Trying to go back to our comments here. I guess I'm screwed then, Morgan. I'm more of a sunset kind of guy than a sunrise.
Okay.
Oh, this goes back to the article he's on before. Found this on the web, which I thought was odd. Ceremony called
something.
Famadahana, or the turning of the bones. Every 5 to 7 years, bones are exhumed from ancestral crypts. Family members carefully strip them of their burial garments and wrap them in fresh shrouds, after which the guests drink, talk, and dance with the departed. Just before the sun sets, the bodies are reinterred, turned upside down, and crypts sealed for another 5 to 7 years. Oh, I think this comment was meant to go in before this one. I'd be in trouble then. I always burn one side of the burgers more because I forget to turn them over on one time. Freaking Jonathan, man. 8 years later, I'd be like, damn, I forgot to turn grandma over last year. God almighty. Morgan said Christians bury facing the east. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I wonder what that is. Morgan.
But hey, Morgan said that they do turn the bodies upside down.
Well, everybody kiss their ass.
Sealed for another 5 to 7 years. Oh,
Funny.
oh Lord. Well, also, I don't know if everyone likes this show or not, but I always like to let people know, like when shows are coming out with new seasons and everything. Ghost Adventures is back next Thursday, all new season. Which is sad, that it can't say Ghost Adventures is back. It's got to say Zach is back. That like that makes total sense. I don't know if they made that or if a fan made that. I don't know.
Okay, good.
But
it's possible. I like Ghost Brothers.
Yeah. Jonathan was like, I like how it just says that.
Yeah.
Now, I know everybody doesn't like the show, but it's good to know.
I'm not a big fan.
New stuff coming out.
Brothers and Ghost Hunters are coming back next month, I think.
Next month?
Yeah. I think the first part of October, they're both coming back.
Good deal. I can watch Ghost Adventures because that's what I grew up on, but it's like some of the episodes now, I'm just like, I've become such a skeptical on a lot of the stuff. I'm like, come on, guys, dig deeper in there. It's probably not paranormal. I really like the show for its for the videography of it, the art style, stuff like that. That's what I really like about it. Kind of gives inspiration for our stuff a little bit.
I don't know. I see Ghost Brothers. They're funny.
I have watched Ghost Brothers.
First few episodes of Ghost Adventures, and I couldn't really get into it. They buried them in the East because they returned the second coming of Christ. Okay. Oh, okay. That makes sense. But I like Destination Fear. I can't wait.
Oh gosh, yes. I love it.
Yeah, that's a cool show. They travel around the country going through different hotels.
Even with that show, I'm just like, how are they getting the stuff? Is it really real? But they just make it so if any of it's faked, which I hope it's not, but if it is, they make it so believable. I mean,
I was gonna say that because you just believe in their fear.
I mean, the best episode, in my opinion, I forget what place it is. It's some kind of old abandoned place that they hardly let anybody into because the stairs are coming down from beneath it. But that one episode where they capture that
the
shadow figure darting across the hallway, I would have shit myself. Oh my God.
Yeah, he was like, what the hell was that? Yeah, I saw that one.
That's one of those things where I'm like, usually and you've said it too, you go towards it. You go towards stuff that happens because you want to be like, what is that? And debunk it. That's one of those ones where I'd have to take a step back and be like, do I really want to go down there or do I want to get shot today? Or stabbed, something.
Yeah, because that's right. Because they didn't think they wasn't sure if people were actually in the building with them.
Yeah.
I would love to meet them too.
Damn, that's a good idea. I should get them on the show.
That'd be awesome.
I'd love it. I might do that. I might send out an email.
I'd love to get the Ghost Brothers on mine.
That'd be awesome. Oh. That's why I said I'm screwed like sunsets, which are to the west. Yeah, I'd love to go on their road trip one summer. I know their show is just so unique in the fact that they, and I've just kind of got a taste a little bit of what they do. We went and, slept over at Trivet Clinic, which is not that big of a deal, honestly. Right. But it's at least I got to sleep at a haunted location and kind of got the feeling of it. And there wasn't there was a shower, but you didn't want to go in that thing. But you're there at a location. It's like you're camping out essentially. You're locked down unless you wanted to go to the store or something. But I stayed there, and it's just I give them a round of applause because they, when you listen to Dakota talk about it, it is a constant journey. The only time in between is when they're on that RV traveling.
Right. And then they sleep alone at the end of the night. It's like, oh, yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, they sleep alone in all these different locations at these crazy places. So I don't know. They got a good Dakota come up with a good different outlook on it, and I'm glad he was able to get that show going.
Yeah.
Destination Fear St. Albans was badass. Yeah, they went. Let's see, they went during their season, like a regular season, and they went to it during the what's it called? Like their documentary for it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, ever since I watched them go on their season was when I was like, oh yeah, writing that place down. I want to go. So hopefully we'll get to go with PD Region. We can get that going. Because we're wanting to go. We wanting to stay there for 2 nights and sleep inside locations. So nice. Maybe we'll split up when that time comes, or the girls can like sleep together, obviously, because you know they're not going to want to do that. But
I think that's the one Robert said that they're trying to do for May of next year. He invited. Stacey.
Yeah, they're.
So I was like,
it's so booked up that we don't even know if we're going to get it for next year.
Wow.
Because all of next year is like booked up, but he's going to try. He's going to try.
That'd be awesome. I'm definitely going to that one.
Make sure Cody didn't think the next thing I'd say is long walks on the beach. Morgan said, I could not sleep there at Trivet. Yeah, I know. It was rough. It was rough.
I would still do that.
But yeah, I mean, there's some good shows out there. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Now it makes me think. Yeah, we should probably. You get Ghost Brothers on yours. I'm gonna try to get Destination Fear on mine. That'd be good to do an interview for that.
I've sent the messages on Facebook. They haven't responded.
I'm gonna try to find an email. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Can't park your Jeep in Peekaboo Hallway. Well, darn. Hopefully she's able to at other locations. Just depends on the conditions of the place, because if it smells like it's got some moldy conditions going on, so you're not going to sleep. So, interestingly, tonight we have our first ever submitted in video. I think we actually have 2.
No.
So let me. Oh, I have it on here. I forgot. Okay, so let's take a look. I believe Jonathan Contois. God, I always feel like I'm saying it wrong. He has sent in 2 videos. I think one is of like at his residence or where he used to live. And he wants us to kind of take a look at it and see what we think. So let's take a look at it.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
So basically he brought these up because it's for the Orbit believers and disbelievers, and he wants us to kind of see what we think about it. Now, the more I watched this, I was like, well, it does kind of come up the screen and then it disappears once it gets to the roof. So I'm like, not a bug. However, if you look even more closely now, as it reaches to the top of the ceiling, it kind of stays on the edge right there and then it disappears. So the more I watch it, the more I think, Jonathan, that I think it's a reflection of something. I don't exactly know.
I'm looking at the light in the distance. I don't know if it's well, that's kind of far away to be reflected. But.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a car or something. I mean, even the movement of it is kind of like maybe it's not a car because it's going up. It's going up, right. Forward and then up, and then I don't know what it does after that. It kind of just disappears.
The color of it is weird. I don't know. Usually, I've never seen a colored orange orb before, but
that's my porch, Donna.
Yeah.
Get off my stoop. There's no cars that come through. I checked. Why is it orange?
Yeah.
Never had that happen before or after. I don't know. I watched it over and over. I don't know what it is because I think if it was a bug on the screen, because that's normally what it would look like, walking across a screen like that, it wouldn't disappear when it touches the top of the ceiling. You would still see it because it'd still be crawling on the lens.
Especially if there's a light. Was there a light on the porch? Probably. Yeah, because it usually they'll go around the light, but I don't know. It looks too big to be a bug.
Well, that could even be like a really small bug, but if it's on the lens, it's going to look huge, like that. So the only other thing I can think of is even at the beginning of this, it's like it fades in. So even then, it's not on the lens.
It's like coming from underneath the house.
And the only other thing I can think of is if when it disappears, it like flies off the lens, but it's still too slow moving. I don't know, man. That's hard for me to explain. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't put a definite answer on it. My mind when I first watched it, I'm thinking it's a bug. And then the more I watched it, it was like, well, it disappears when it shouldn't be disappearing, and then I thought maybe it's a reflection because it disappears so fast, but then even then the movement of it's weird for a reflection. I don't know. What do you think, Donna?
I don't know. This is a tough call because, like I said, he said it's coming from the sidewalk, but it actually looks like it's coming from under the porch and then goes up. But like I said, if it was a bug, it would be more drawn to the light than it would be. You would think than just going up to the roof of the house.
Let me see. No. As soon as I start, you can see it's off to the side of the sidewalk.
Oh, okay.
You see it now?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
When was this, Jonathan? Was it recently?
Put some. Oh yeah, no, we still got another one to watch too. So yeah, this is what I like is people can kind of like send stuff in if they got news they want us to cover.
Yeah, that's cool.
Or stuff they want us to look over and see what we think, then they can send it in. A couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I sent you my shadow pictures through Messenger. You have to check it out when you get a chance.
Okay. You want me to check it out on here, or do you want me to
I don't know.
Check it out after the show?
Either one. I don't know if you can check it out while you're here.
Yeah, I can. Let's look. I'll have to do this.
Out of order.
Yeah, let me do this. Okay, yeah, so if you'll tell me which one to start with. How about that?
That's like the second one, I believe. The one that doesn't have a shadow in it. That's the second one, I think. Because it started, there was nothing in the doorway. It was just nothing. Like I said, I didn't see it at the time I was taking the photos. So and you can see that everybody's sitting there. We're listening to the.
Okay, so this is the.
That's the second one.
Is it this?
And then it just got darker and darker from there.
I don't.
And there was no external light coming into.
Let me make sure I've got because I've got 3.
There was more than that, but that's all I sent you.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you have like original to those because it looks like there's something in each one of them. But this one being the one that doesn't, there's more light.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said this is the second one.
No, the other one was the first. That was the second one before this one.
Oh, okay.
That's the second one. Then that's probably like the third or fourth one.
Okay.
Like I said, it was a series of them. And
yeah, even then, that's so weird because I can see there's light coming from the room you're in. I can see the shadow of the chair here. So that tells me the light is behind you to the right. Okay. But then what's weird is this photo, now the light is on the left-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
First one, you can see something curving on the wall towards the lady in the hat. Okay. So it's weird. The light's over here now, but it's crazy that there's no shadow casting here. But then you look at this picture, and it's like, okay, the light's still over here, but it's so weird that the way the light travels here is just like a straight line.
Right.
That's so weird. Like it gets cut off here, but it's more up here now.
And then it kind of curves off to the right a little bit.
It is casting a shadow of the doorway here. And then this thing. However, there's still another light to the right now because you can still see the shadow.
Because you can see the shadow of the chair, yeah.
It's like the lady in red is in a spotlight. Yeah,
yeah, it does.
Literally. It's weird. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. I can't explain that one either. Unless I was there to actually watch it and let it unfold, you know, because you were saying that y'all couldn't even see.
I didn't see the shadows.
The shadows and stuff.
Yeah, because I had one of the Canon's EOS cameras.
Were y'all using flash or was it continuous light behind you and just taking pictures?
Just taking pictures.
Huh. That's weird. Yeah, that's an odd one.
Yeah. So who sent this one?
Jonathan has sent this one. So this is a place in North Carolina that I just found out about.
Okay.
Jonathan's actually wanting us to do a Lost in the Static episode here, which would be awesome. I think we're still trying to figure out like these are one of these places that cost a pretty penny to get in. I think they do day by day operations as far as like people coming in and checking out the place. It's almost like an antique museum kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They've got a lot of items there that you can look at. Apparently it's haunted. And so we're still trying to look at whether we can go for like a 2-day, like a 2-night thing and even stay there. I don't know if they'd let us stay in the actual place while we're staying. We might have to like camp outside or something, but it would just be an interesting one to do. And we try to keep our theme of we stay there, you know. Lost in the Static is like we try to stay on location at least, but
yeah, okay.
So I don't think this is his personal video. I think this is a video that maybe someone may have took while they were investigating there. And this is another orb. Can't stay, have to get a hotel. So yeah, we wouldn't be able to like stay a night there. So that would kind of like mess up the whole Lost in the Static thing. But you know, it would still be kind of a cool place to go, even if it was like for a day or something. We could go and record for a day or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, a team was investigating, I think, and they caught this weird orb thing.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, not a bug.
Watch the bottom right when the orb appears. Yeah, it's definitely not a bug. What fascinates me is that the camera brightens as this thing appears. Mm-hmm. Now, I didn't catch the bottom right till a little bit later on. I believe the bottom right, there is another investigator sitting there because it's like a stage, it looks like. So there's probably seats there. That's an investigator there, and they're moving their foot.
Yeah, I can see that.
The only thing I can... This looks like an older camera. The only thing I can think of, Jonathan, since there is multiple people there, one of them's holding a camera, it looks like it takes pictures. The only thing I can think of is there might be another person with a camera that has IR capabilities, and maybe they're shooting towards that direction with the IR light, and somehow, because it looks like there's windows over there, somehow it's reflecting off into the lens of this camera. However, this thing just like disappears very gradually, just like the way it comes in.
Right.
And this is the only thing that they post.
Yeah, just, I don't know.
I find it, you know what? If it's not a reflection off of lighting, I don't understand it. The reason why I just saw this, as it gets brighter, it might be a lens flare. Here's
I see it.
An effective lens flare right there, another one, and then there's one over here. I think it's lens flare. And it moves as it moves, and then it disappears.
Yeah, I see it.
Some kind of lens flare. But if it's not, and these people didn't react to seeing anything, that's what confuses me even more.
If they saw it at the time.
I really think it's a lens flare. Because they're right here. You can see it. It goes, moves up
they move at
same way. Time. And then when it disappears, it disappears. Some kind of lens flare. I don't know if it's old homegirl over here with a camera. And she's doing something with it. And it looks like, actually, if you look now, looks like there's a light source. Someone's shooting a light source right here.
Yeah.
I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, no, there's already light. There's a shadow there when she walks by. I bet one of them moved in front of their light source over there, and it changed the way the light was casting on the room, and it caused that lens flare. Guarantee it now.
I don't know. It's so much brighter than the other flare, though.
Well, here's the deal. You can actually see someone standing back there now. Look, that's an outline of a person.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Standing in front of their light source. I think someone either moved just enough to where it caused a concentrated light in that area, and it's a lens flare knocking back into the camera of this lens. That's why it gets so bright.
Yeah,
like and it causes that lens flare.
With the other one, yeah.
Works for me. Cody the debunker. Right on, bro. Lens flare. Yeah, I didn't even notice that when I was watching it by myself till just now.
You live in the tunnel?
No, I don't care about your tunnel. The girl that got up had a camera too. That possibly caused the lens flare. Yeah, she could have been. It doesn't look like they moved completely in front of that light, so it makes me wonder if somebody kind of just stepped on, like, in front of it on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Or she was like looking towards the light with her camera on accident, and somehow it caused a weird reflection to bounce off of 2 to 3 different things. But yeah, still a great place to investigate. Oh yeah, no doubt. Those places are interesting too, because if it's not the location that's haunted, it could be one of the 200 items they have in there that's something's going on with it, or multiple, and they're all, just put into one. Let's see. Okay, we've only got a few more to go, so We're going along here. Odd UFO zips past drone flying over Canadian city. Oh, so we now got a drone that caught one. Rather unique piece of footage from a drone that was flying over a city in Canada shows a fast-moving UFO zip past the UAV and nearly knock it out of the sky.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh. I went unnoticed until the owner of the drone was reviewing some of their old videos and noticed the very odd moment from when they had previously been filming over the city of New Brunswick. So this guy didn't even realize it happened till later.
Oh.
It was that quick? In the footage, the UAV hovers above what appears to be a quiet-looking residential neighborhood when suddenly a peculiar object appears off in the distance and then flies towards the drone at what seems to be an incredibly high rate of speed for seemingly narrowly passing the vehicle just a short distance away.
Wow.
Let's take a look at this. TLDR. Too long, don't read. Whoa, did it already happen?
I hope not. I would say if it did, that was quick.
What am I looking at? Oh, I see it now.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What the hell?
Hold on, we missed it. We totally missed it. Because that was in slow-mo.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
God, the camera can't even keep up with it because it looks like it glitches at the beginning.
Oh, jeez.
It glitches to the point of like, I don't know if that's real or not. What in the world? I already see it. I see it in the horizon.
Okay, I see it.
It doesn't glitch on the slow-mo. That's what's weird about it.
Wow.
It was just like going so fast. I mean,
yeah, you can't even hardly tell what.
Okay, it's black now.
Okay, now I see it.
Yep.
Wow.
What is like this is what fascinates me. It's like, what are these things that are flying around so fast that nobody even sees them? Because a lot of times people will say, well, these things are quiet as can be. You can't even hear them anyways.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what is this? Oh my goodness. The operator of the UAV indicated that they initially thought the anomaly could have been a bird. No. But ultimately dismissed this theory due to the object's tremendous speed, which they also argue would preclude the possibility of it being another drone. Additionally, they noted that they were only around 300 feet from the UAV when the flyby happened, but I did not hear any sound from it.
That's what I was going to say. Even if it was another drone, drones are not that quiet. They do.
No, I mean, they've gotten quieter now for what they are, but they're still not completely quiet. Because we're like, when I fly mine, you can hear it when you're nearby. Yeah. And I think you can use, some people can hear it 100 feet above the air. They'll look up and say, oh yeah, I hear the drone. But yeah, the footage is something of a rarity in that, unlike the vast majority of UFO videos wherein the observers on the ground, the scene captured by the drone was from midair, which makes deciphering the moment particularly challenging. With that in mind, what do you think was filmed over Moncton?
Yeah, I don't know about that one. That's kind of tough.
And there's a lot of these that are popping up now. They're just so fast, and they're like, "What is it?"
Yeah, what the hell was
crazy.
That?
Jonathan will be able to tell me if this is the one he was talking about earlier. Pilot films Foo Fighter UFOs over North Carolina.
There seems to be a lot happening in North Carolina.
The Carolinas. The Kakalakis. A pilot flying over North Carolina captured footage of a curious group of lights that some have likened to the legendary Foo Fighter UFOs from World War II. No, this one was in LA. Okay. Yeah, that's a different one then. Apparently, this happened on Friday, August 12th, as the unnamed witness was en route to Washington, D.C., while working for a major airline in the United States. Wow. The sighting began when he and the captain of the aircraft noticed some pulsing lights off in the distance. Over the next 35 minutes, the duo watched the weird illuminations, which the witness described as lasting around 8 to 10 seconds and building gradually from dim to very bright before fading into darkness. This says over Wilmington. It's always intriguing, like, these people fly planes all the time, like, for their job.
Yeah.
But then when they see something weird, they're like, oh, we got to video it. Oh, this looks like it's, like, out in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
I believe all pilots, they know what's normal and what's not. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's true, yeah.
Especially when they're, like, military
Oh, yeah.
pilots. I mean, they just see some crazy stuff. It's super far away, whatever it is.
That's not a plane. And it just disappears.
If I find it, I'm going to send you a video to debunk. I've seen it in a show, and it's airport related. Yeah, that'll be good to see if we can find something else, and we'll look at it on the next one. Yeah, I'll talk about that at the end. Okay. So that's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so noting that very few civilian aircraft can fly above 41,000 feet, the pilot indicated that the objects were about 10 degrees above the horizon from our perspective. Additionally, the witness observed that the objects never seemed to get any closer, even though we covered about 250 nautical miles in that time.
Wow.
That puzzling aspect of the sighting has led the pilot to theorize that they were in either the upper atmosphere or in space.
Oh, wow.
That aircraft, whatever that was.
Whatever it was, yeah.
Yeah. They ultimately observed the pulses occur more than 80 times. They occasionally appeared to be three objects in total. The sighting only came to a conclusion because the aircraft began to descend on the way to its eventual destination. As far as what that was, the pilot argued that the capability of the objects combined with the duration of the sighting would seem to preclude prosaic possibilities such as military aircraft, flares, or satellites.
I don't know about that.
You'd think he would know if there's other aircraft in the area, though.
Yeah,
so they're usually good about that.
Know that, right?
And satellites, I have a theory. Flares, I don't know how. For one, why a flare would be right there. Is it air flare? I've never heard of those.
I don't know, me either. And then plus it wasn't going in a straight line. It was just kind of all over the place. It just didn't have a pattern to it.
Yeah. I was wondering if that was the same article or not, but I forgot this was North Carolina. So, ghost photographed in medieval graveyard.
Interesting.
Woman visiting the ruins of a medieval monastery in England snapped a photo that appears to show a ghost walking through a graveyard at the site. The eerie image was reportedly captured earlier this month by Mandy Steele as she and her 2 children were visiting the Tynemouth Priory. The centuries-old historic location boasts the remnants of castle, monastery, and graveyard where 3 medieval kings of northern England were buried. During their excursion, Steele took several pictures of the ruins, and upon looking at the photos after returning home, she was stunned to see that one of the photos of the site's graveyard features a ghostly woman wearing what seems to be an old-fashioned clothing. Is the picture... Okay, it is on here. I was like, I checked my full lot of photos to see if anyone was dressed like that, but no one was wearing a hat. Plus, everyone was wearing summer clothes. I just don't know who or what this was. Remarkably, she says that her daughter was also taking pictures at the same time that she was, and the eerie interloper was nowhere to be found in her photos. She did reach out to, I guess, like the staff or something there. They weren't of any help, she says. So,
that's a good shot.
Wow. I was thinking we're going to be looking at like, a very disfigured, like
see-through
pareidolia, ordeal, but wow.
That's a great shot.
Looks
I wonder what she was taking a picture of that she didn't see that.
It does look zoomed in. This is probably like a cut of a photo, I imagine. These comments. This photo looks like it's from 1980. And now here's one that you said, if the woman was not there, what were you taking a picture of? It seems like odd framing of ground and sky. But I also think that this isn't the full photo. I think this is cropped at some degree because it's very blurry, very pixelated.
Yeah.
So, she's got that alarm for 11.
That's my medicine alarm.
Well, we got 3 more. One is not paranormal related, so we should be getting around this pretty quick. Bigfoot roaming around beach in Britain. A pair of peculiar incidents in Britain and a British coastal community have left some wondering if Bigfoot of all creatures might be roaming a beach in the area. Unnamed witness was walking along the sand dunes in Norfolk when he spotted this thing, which he estimated stood 15 feet tall and boasted a brawny body, which he likened to Arnold Schwarzenegger. After, I'll be back.
I was just about to say that.
After a brief stare down, the man says the creature bounded off across the dunes into the pine forest. When the witness recounted the sighting to his friends, they just laughed at me and told me I should get some glasses. However, another beachgoer in the area stumbled upon something which may add credence to the man's account. It's funny that this story as well, this person says this creature just took off into the woods.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean...
Arnold Schwarzenegger's doppelganger.
He's hairy. Give me cookie. On the following Monday, Clemmy Long was walking her dog along a beach when the pooch led her to a pair of sizable prints.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. That just made it worse. Okay. 2 of Bigfoot's huge footprints were discovered. Those are pretty huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like...
the one on the top, you can actually see, like, toes. Or what appears to be where it could be toes.
Yeah,
you see him right there, too, yeah.
Right there, too. These are more like... That's kind of like the foot that they stepped on more dominantly, it seems like.
Well, if it was 15 feet tall, wouldn't the stride be a little longer than that? Not unless it was standing still.
I don't know. And what's weird about this is there's just footprints here and there's nothing here.
Nothing there. You're right.
You know? It's like maybe someone tried to plan this a little bit. Like, oh, maybe they'll find these footprints, but let's go over here. If it's, you know.
Like it just jumped in a tree and no more footprints.
Yeah. Taken together, the two incidents have left some to speculate that there could indeed be a Bigfoot lurking in the area, and some local residents say that there are urban legends of a creature residing in the pine forest adjacent to the area's beaches, which might be another reason someone might play a prank doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know.
It kind of looked like, I was going to say, looked like one of them mountain men.
It's a huge leprechaun. This is an interesting one.
Wow.
2,147 pound pumpkin breaks state record at Alaska State Fair. Because, you know, it's getting close to Halloween, so we had to show this one. That's a huge pumpkin.
My head up under that thing. What if the strap broke? Death by pumpkin.
Yeah, it looks like all they have is a strap. Like there's nothing holding it up. It's all, because you know that'll crush your head in. 2,000 pounds. God Almighty, who's gonna eat all that?
That's a lot of pumpkin pie.
Oh. Here's an interesting one. Paranormal investigations continue in Jeanette in advance of October 8th ghost tour. Jeanette firefighters have reported strange occurrences in several rooms at the station, including the kitchen. Ghost hunters are planning to investigate the station on Saturday. Oh, shoot. This was posted September 3rd, so that looks like they've already done it. Nope. Maybe it's this Saturday. Maybe. We'll see. They're finding eerie evidence in some of the Jeanette's buildings. Members of Truth Seekers paranormal researchers have been using specialized equipment at several downtown locations in preparation for an October 8th fundraiser for the Jeanette Historical Society and You Are Here Gallery. We're still going through audio recordings and picking up things. The team also is compiling personal experiences and other research gleaned from the investigations. Cool. Sounds like this is kind of like what PD is going to be doing at the Ghost Walk. It's participants will visit several locations around the city that have been investigated by paranormal researchers and learn about the history of each building. That's exactly what that Ghost Walk sounds like. So it's kind of like what they're doing. Fire Chief Bill Fry said he and the other firefighters have had odd experiences in the South 2nd Street building that dates to 1927. Unexplained noises and furniture in disarray. Huh. Photograph taken several years ago on a staircase at the Glass City's Clay Avenue building showed white shadows and only the arm of a person meant to be in the picture.
Wait a minute. What's a white shadow? Our shadow's usually dark.
Yeah, it's like almost like an apparition. I think is what they're trying to describe. So yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. You know, they're having activity at a fire station.
At a firehouse, yeah.
So
it goes back to 1927. It'll tell them what happened in there.
Very interesting. Let's see if we can look this up real fast.
If you hear snoring, it's just my dog.
Oh, the doogie.
Little chihuahua.
Nah, I don't hear nothing.
He's over here knocked out.
What is this? Oh, this is just the intro. I was like, really, Jonathan? Only you, buddy. Oh, we know this video is old.
Right.
Oh, 2017.
What the hell is that?
Internet viewers were left creeped out after footage emerged seemingly showing ghost passengers at an airport.
What?
This viral video shows an airplane gateway at an almost deserted airport, believed to be in Phuket, Thailand. As the camera zooms in, it becomes clear there are shadowy figures running along the passageway, but with no airplane in sight and the gateway, suspended in the air, connected to nothing. It is a mystery where the passengers have come from.
Were they just like hanging out at the end of that?
Uploaded online on Monday,
You know?
July 31st, has left viewers baffled with various theories to explain the strange sight. One suggests.
What do you, Donna? Would you be hanging out at the end of one of those, just like chilling with a bunch of people?
No.
It makes me wonder if is it open or is it closed? You'd think it's probably closed.
Yeah, so nobody else,
the passengers,
some little idiot will run through there and fall through.
Yeah, so it'd have to be like a safety
were a
issue, right?
reflection from another bridge unseen in the video.
Oh, here we go.
Strange sight. One suggested the passengers were a reflection from another bridge unseen in the video. Another said, the wrong gate was opened. They all queued down the bottom. When they realized, they all ran off to the right gate. But others were left totally stumped and more than a little scared by the footage.
So they all come down, the door's not opening, like shit, we're on the wrong one, and they go back.
Right. But
One commented,
like, okay, you don't see that there's not a plane there. So.
While another added, why is the cameraman so calm about it?
Because he's documenting, which is awesome. You know?
He's supposed to be in a panic while
Was filmed by a pilot. Well, yeah, I mean, it's not something he sees every day, I guess, but you know, he's kind of already there, so he just did the job, you know.
Yeah, he's probably just sitting in another plane. And...
Some camera people don't understand the assignment, okay? So oh Lord. Well, that is the news. What you think, Donna?
Interesting.
Lots of stuff, interesting stuff. Kind of opens you up a little bit.
Yeah, kind of, especially that last one. It's like, okay, that's weird. Like a portal there, and it just all coming through this portal.
Even though it's dated back 2017, people were really creeped out about it. But back then, our video quality was really good. Like, you got to think, that was 720p. 720p looked really good back then, so you could see, like, you know, a lot of good details in that. Now, not so much, but it did look like they were moving a little odd.
Yeah.
Like, very fast, kind of odd. Everybody was, like, robotic a little bit. So I can understand maybe the reflection theory.
Well, I was going to say, then plus he's probably taking the video through the windshield of a plane or through one of the windows.
True. That could add to it. I don't know. It's kind of odd.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully you liked this experience. Would you ever come back as a co-host?
Oh, yeah, I've enjoyed it.
Or even a guest?
Oh, yeah. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well, thank you for having me.
I'll have to get you back on here at some point. It's always there's always interesting topics on here. I mean, I don't know, telling what we'll see each week.
You're going to be back on the hot seat too, so we could talk about stuff there too.
Yes, I will be back on Paranormal Hot Seat. I believe it's October. Did we change the date?
Was it the 3rd or something like that? The 2nd?
Yeah, it's the 3rd. we might have to change that. I'm on night shift now.
Oh, okay.
Now that I just thought about it. So I will try to get with everyone and say when that's going to happen. Now that I'm on night shift, we might have to switch it out.
Okay.
So,
I'm pretty good for October, so we're going into November already.
Yeah. And it, you know, I could have done that if I was day shift because I'd be going to work the next day. But now that I'm not shift, it's going to be hard to do at that time.
Cool. I'll send you over some dates and see what works for you.
Yeah. I'll get with you on that. So, might be hard for me to get on some shows now with my schedule, but we will let everyone know. Also, a first for this show, we actually have our guest for next week. It's going to be Dedrick.
Oh, nice.
He does. I want to say I got to remember everyone's shows now. Is it Hoodoo Lounge?
Lounge, yep.
What's interesting, we're going to be doing an interview with him. Oh.
Shut
up. Does not like that.
Well, somebody knocks on my door, so what do you want? Go ahead.
So I will be doing, I think we're going to be interviewing Dedrick. I don't know if we're going to look at any clips or not. I'll have to see what he wants to do. He might want to do that as well, but I think a lot of it's going to be interviewing. I'm actually going to be interviewing him about his show and what he covers in his news and stuff. So
yeah, he's very interesting person to talk to.
So that'll be very interesting. So definitely check that out. Oh, our show now is going to be Fridays at 7 p.m. That is the new schedule. It'll be posted out right after this show. Fridays, 7 p.m. will be our next Cryptic Trading Post, episode 13 with Dedrick. So hopefully we'll get to see you there.
Cool.
Other than that, I think that's it. So, yeah.
Nice.
So we'll see you again, Donna.
Definitely.
When's your next paranormal hot seat?
Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern.
Ooh.
And we're gonna have actually Laura. Is it Gaetano?
I think yeah.
Yeah,
Laura
she's
Gaetano.
gonna be on Sunday, and we'll get her a few. I told her I'll take.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, she's gonna give Stacey a reading.
I feel like she never really talks about herself, so that'll be a good one that people want to watch to kind of get to know her.
I was actually on her show Monday, and she gave me a reading, so it was pretty interesting.
Sweet. Alrighty. Well, I will try to watch that while I'm at work. We'll have to figure something out. I'll try. I'm looking at it at the parking lot. So,
hey, you can always catch it on YouTube later.
Oh yeah, and that's usually the kind of guy I am. I'll go back and watch it while I'm doing other stuff. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, before everyone heads out, I have a surprise.
Ooh.
A surprise. Let me see if I can pull it up here. I might not have it. Oh, yep. Here we go. Here we go. Just a little surprise for people that can't catch or don't really watch the videos, or they want to listen to the show and they're not able to watch it for whatever reason at that time. I am starting to work on this. It's not completed yet. Cryptic Trading Post is now on Spotify.
Oh, nice.
As a audio, a way of listening to the audio. So I am actually going through these episodes and editing them out. I'm pretty much cutting out any commercials that don't have any audio, talking audio for commercials. So I literally cut commercials out, and I cut a lot of stuff out, like the intro and maybe the outro or whatever. So if you're interested in just being able to listen to what we're talking about, then that's going to be on here for y'all.
That's awesome.
The first episode I got I think I've cut 1, 2, and 3 out just because they were test shows. They weren't really that great because we were just still getting started out. But 4's on here now. I'm going to be working on the rest all the way up till now get those on here for y'all to enjoy. So
That's awesome.
boom, boom, boom. I will post that as well in the Cryptic Trading Post group page, the link for that. So, yep, that's it. So, John said, I enjoyed seeing you two. It was very nice.
Nice to see you too, Jonathan, and chatting with you. I just saw a photo.
Alrighty.
We'll see him on the show one day, and he was like, I'm shy. I was like, okay.
Oh, yeah, it was hard for me to get him on this show, so that's just how he is. But alrighty, Donna, we'll see you around. Hopefully we'll catch you again.
Take it easy, definitely.
Alrighty. Everyone, take care. Till then, see you next Friday.